Thank you for joining us. This is Paul Wilson.
And Justin Tyson.
And you're listening to the Diesel Performance Podcast. We're currently recording from Colorado because we're here for, this is actually, I always get this mixed up. Today was day 3 of Diesel Power Challenge. Day 1 is check-in.
Okay, yes.
Okay, and then day 2 was, right, yeah, so you might notice some of our labeling is different than the rest of Diesel Power Challenge. My bad. In true Diesel Performance Podcast fashion, yeah. But that's okay because I think the action is there and who cares what we labeled it, right? Like the results are the same.
You know what's going on, yeah. We put it in there. Day 1 or day 2,
Yeah.
Performance fuel economy testing, and then today's peak power.
You got it. Absolutely. So the peak power testing, I think there were definitely some surprises today. We saw some heartbreak for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
We're going to go over all of the results. I know right off the top of my head, Billy Hartzell, Seth Kuntz, both really just had a tough time with the dyno today. And they weren't the only ones.
No.
So when you look at the results, you got to remember these trucks also, they performed really well in other tests and in other areas, and we know that they're going to have some areas where they shine tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. There's still a lot more left of this competition.
Yeah, and this is where we see tomorrow is a big points grab, right? So there's 3 competitions tomorrow. We're going to get into drag racing in a heads-up bracket race. We're going to get into trailer tow, and then of course we're also going to get into the obstacle course. 3 tough competitions. They're back to back. It's a long day. It's all held at Bandimere Speedway. Beautiful location. Can't wait to go there and check it out again.
For sure.
But this is what's going to separate the pack, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's not just one like the last 2 days we've gone through. It's a lot. It's a long day. I've been hearing everyone tell me it's rough. It is rough.
And it's rough on the trucks, right? Because they got to run these competitions over and over throughout the day. So they're getting hot. They're cooling off. We did, of course, also see a really tight grouping this year. So we know the top of the pack that we have some, 1,100, 1,200 horsepower trucks here, and that's uncorrected numbers at elevation. But we also know that there's a group right there of all of them. Now there's a huge group if you call it 900 to 1,200. I mean, that's a 300 horsepower swing, but keep in mind, now they got to go drag race. Now they got to go trailer race. Now they got to go through this obstacle course. That's why I say it's a really tight group of competitors. I think tomorrow we're going to see some breakouts. We're going to see some people really shine. And unfortunately, I'm just predicting it, we're going to see some people have some problems.
Yeah, for sure. I heard and noticed that there was some guys that were having a little bit of problems as we were leaving after day 2 also.
Yeah, so we had a head gasket pop on the 7.3. The tough break for Matt Meyer. I know he's still in this competition. They had that one head off. They were doing one head gasket. They were going to get back on the truck. I actually talked to him for a brief moment. Let's kick it over and hear what Matt had to say. All right, well, I'm over here on the lifts. I find Cody Pulliam and his pit crew under the truck. You guys are just finishing up putting the new trans in, right? They nodded in agreement, absolutely. So they're buttoning their truck up. I also happen to notice I find Richard Coker in here. Richard, sitting at the top of the dog pile after today. You guys all look alike. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Richard's over here. What the hell are you doing?
We got to drop the transmission and freshen up to C3 and be prepared tomorrow. So it's going to be a little bit for us, but we're going to come in hot so we can hit the track hot and heavy tomorrow.
I love it, man. Hey, that's just a normal day in the Duramax life. I dig it.
That's it. Always something to work on, right?
Well, all right, guys. Stay busy. Don't stay up too late. Get this thing wrapped up. Man, well, we were calling it day 2. It's actually, like I said, it's day 3 of the Diesel Power Challenge competition. What a long day of watching guys on the dyno, but also some guys, they were smart about it, Justin. They had a strategy to how many times do you need to run.
Yeah, no, for sure. They definitely had a strategy to it, and a lot of these guys, shouts out to all these guys. A lot of these guys have not been on a dyno operating it themselves before.
Yeah, actually quite a few of our competitors had never ran the dyno by themselves, and there's something to it, and that was really clear. Also, we saw with Dylan Dutton, where it was strapped down and how it was strapped down made a massive 600 horsepower difference.
Yeah, for sure. Because didn't they restrap?
Yep. They restrap, reposition it, tighten down. They added extra straps to the ass end. Got that thing to eliminate that tire slip. And they got a good pass on it. They put down 1250, 1249.
Yeah, they were definitely stoked. There was a lot of guys that walked off that dyno with big fucking smiles on their faces.
Absolutely. Yeah, one of those guys was Brad Sankey.
Yeah.
Came off 1,000 horsepower, single turbo, a lot of nitrous, gave it as much spray as it thought it could handle. Had never sprayed nitrous on the truck ever before.
Nope, he turned the dyno midnight.
So I think one of the things I also noticed is that the strategy for today was to get through it. So we had quite a few guys make one or make two passes, and as soon as they felt they were good with it, they rolled off the dyno and they stayed off the dyno. They were good with that. They said, you know what, let's get back to focusing on what we got to do tomorrow to win this competition. And that's one of the things I look at as well. We got the racing tomorrow, but we also have sled pull coming up.
Yes, and a lot of these guys come from the West. I mean, there's some guys from Ohio, but we know we're from the Midwest, and we know that's a favorite out by us. And Sankey, he's one of the few guys I think that actually is an avid sled puller in this event. I don't think anyone else is.
Yeah, we do have a couple of avid sled pullers.
Okay.
So a couple of the guys, like you said, from the Midwest have a lot of experience with them. A few of them don't. A few of them have never hooked to a sled. They really, it's not their thing. And that's always an interesting part of the competition because it is on the last day. It's on Thursday, and it's all out. And this is where we see if your truck has anything left in it, you might as well leave it on the field. It's the last day. You're going to trailer it home anyways.
Yep.
So we're excited for that. We're going to be going through the results here, and we'll give you guys the order for end of day 3 for Diesel Power Challenge 2019. Okay, guys, here are the dyno results from Diesel Power Challenge 2019. In first place, Richard Coker, combined 3506.8.
All right, and in position 2, we got Andrew McCain with a combined of 3,458.
All right, in third place, Darren Dutton, 3369.8 combined.
All right, and then the Cummins, Steven Lucero, is coming up in fourth, and he's got 3,248 combined.
Our returning champion, Cody Pulliam, in his LB7 Duramax, 3210.8 in fifth place.
Sixth place, Cody Lambert, 2,969 combined.
All right, and that brings up Brad Sankey, our buddy with the LLY. I'm seeing 2059.2 combined.
Okay, and in eighth, we got Matt Mayer, 2,761 combined.
All right, and that brings ninth place. Seth Kuntz, giving it all she's got in that 12 valve. Said he had too much fuel, not enough turbo. 2142.3 put him in ninth place.
And then rounding out the end, we got Billy Hartzell, who he gave it his all, man. You know, it's one of those things where it's just some days we have it and some days we don't, and, you know, it was rough. But he had 1,837 combined.
And this has been Paul Wilson
and Justin Tyson
for the Diesel Performance Podcast. Thanks for listening. Check back with us tomorrow. We'll have more coverage over all 3 of the events going on at Bandimere Speedway.